Playoff basketball is on the air. Creekside and Seminole battling it out in the regional semifinals live on Schlick Sports. Hello everyone and welcome to Creekside High School, where we are set for more playoff basketball at Creekside High School. The Knights coming off their first state playoff win since 2018, and now they get set to take on the team that knocked them out of last year's playoff competition, the Seminole Fightin' Seminoles. Last year, this game finished by a score of 82-72. Creekside turned the ball over 24 times, allowing Seminole to create separation and come away with the victory. For the Knights, they're going to want to slow this game down tonight. A Seminole team that likes to press, force turnovers, play fast. Creekside going to have to counter that with good defense themselves and finding ways to control the pace of this game. Taking a look at the bracket for 7A Region 1, this is where we stand. Creekside and Seminole coming off of wins in round one against Lake Mary and University. The Knights, a blowout victory over the Rams. Meanwhile, Seminole winning by 6 points over University. The winner of this game will go on to face either the 2 or 3 seed Apopka or Winter Park. That game starting at the same time as this one, so we will have that result by the end of the night. The winner going on to face off on Thursday, and if that is Creekside, that'll be right here on Schlick Sports. We're going to step away, back with the starting lineups and national anthem when we return on Schlick Sports.
Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is having respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play hard, play strong, play fair. The FHSAA reminds you that live streaming state series events via social media without prior approval is prohibited. If you are live streaming this event without approval, it may result in sanctions against you and your school. Thank you for your cooperation. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Florida High School Athletic Association and Creekside High School welcomes you to the Castle for this regional tournament competition in the 2025 FHSAA Class 7A Boys Basketball Championship. The FHSAA reminds you that interscholastic events are an extension of the classroom and that lessons are best learned when proper respect is accorded to all. Please let your good sportsmanship show as you watch tonight's game. Now, please stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. a semifinal contest between the Seminoles and your Creekside Knights. Let's meet the team first for the visiting Seminoles with a record of 14 wins and 11 losses. First, the non-starters. Number 3, James Daniels. Number 5, Juan Tomlinson. Number 10, Jason Williams. Number 11, Justice Bracero. Number 14, Rashad Rachel. Number 22, Braden Tarpley. Number 24, Tristan Payton. And number 34, Joreen O'Neal. The starters for the Seminoles, a senior guard standing 6'1", number 1, Sebastian Cameron. A senior guard standing 6 feet tall, number 2, Jordan Pittman. A junior guard standing 5'10", number 4, Douglas Conley. A 6-foot forward, senior number 30, Javon Peterson. And the center standing 6'6", sophomore number 23, Markel Barber. And for the Creekside Knights, entering with a record of 19 wins and 7 losses. The non-starters, number 0, Brennan Lee. Number 1, Bryce Seymour. Number 5, Dylan Sheets. Number 11, Yusuf Al-Madawi. Number 20, Tyler Jenkins. Number 21, Nolan Saley. And number 23, Grant Stokes. And now, the starting lineup for your Creekside Knights. Senior guard standing 6 feet tall, number 2, Eric Rivers. Senior guard standing 6'1", number 3, Pete Patterson. Junior guard standing 5'10", number 10, Garen Blaylock. Forward standing 6'4", junior number 22, Lucas Desa. And up ahead, middle forward standing 6'8", 250, number 32, Nolan Nelson. The head coaches for Seminole in his first year, Sean Reddy. And for Creekside in his third season, Chris Patterson. The officials for tonight's game are from the Big Ten Officials Association in Tallahassee, Florida. They are Terry Jenkins, Harrison Williams, and Jackson Greer. All right, Creekside, let me hear you. It's time for some Creekside basketball.
The playoffs in round 2, Creekside and Seminole in the regional semifinals live on Schlick Sports. The Knights, the Seminoles, for a trip to the regional semifinals. Out for the tip, Nelson and Barber. Here we go. We are underway. The Seminoles gather the opening tip. Javon Peterson, and a travel immediately assessed to Seminole. A team that came into Creekside High School last year and knocked off the Creekside Knights by a score of 82-72. Creekside trying to get their revenge and advance to the regional finals. Desa gets it stolen away from him in transition. Jordan Pittman. Pittman, no good off the glass. Cade Patterson collects, brings it the other way. Finds Nelson down the floor. In the right corner, Nelson dribbling on the perimeter, finds Garen Blaylock. Desa to Patterson. Rivers for three, that one's short. The Seminoles, the 5 seed, enter this contest 14-11. Creekside 19-7. 1 win away from their first 20-win season since 2018. Also the year where Creekside picked up their last playoff win previous to round 1, as the 3 is good. Creekside has accomplished a lot this season, but the job far from finished for the Knights. 2 wins away from a trip to the Final Four. Plenty of Knights alumni in the house for this game. Alex Collier, Ethan Tucker were seniors on that Creekside team last year. They sit in the opposite stands. Spot Dylan Lee in the crowd. As Blaylock, too strong. Creekside used to be a little bit of a powerhouse in the mid-2010s, went on some deep playoff runs as far as state runner-up in 2018. They've been searching for a while to get back to that standard of success, and this is as close as they've gotten since that point. The 1 seed in the region, as Derek Rivers is fouled. They got that first playoff win out of the way and now trying to go on a run. Rivers at the line. He's a 61% foul shooter. Good on his first. Nolan Salig on for Lucas Desa for the Knights. Second shot, Rivers, is oh so good. 6:10 on the clock in the first quarter. 3-2 our early score. Seminole with the advantage. Creekside gathering the rebound in transition. Salig, Euro step. And he's going to the line, shooting 2. Nolan Salig coming off of a nice game against Lake Mary where that mid-range jump shot was working. A lot of confidence out on the floor from Salig. Good on his first free throw. Was second in scoring for Creekside in that game against the Rams. 13 points off the bench in that one. And trying to give Creekside their first lead of the game. And he does so. Creekside's 4 early points, all coming from the free throw line. .552 on the clock as we've got a whistle for a violation against Seminole. Creekside basketball. A lot of pressure from this Seminole defense. That's what they like to do. Salig for 3. He got it! 7-3 Creekside. Blocking foul will be the call against Salig. On the inbound, Salig tips it back out. The crowd filling in here at the Castle. School was off today for President's Day, so A little unsure about the crowd they were going to get, but overall a good showing. That's going to be the second foul against Nolan Salig. And Brennan Lee will check in for Salig coming off the bench. Corner three. That's no good. The putback also off the mark. Seminole, a team that's going to shoot a lot of shots. They'll take some unexpected threes, and Creekside's two keys to the game for this one: take care of the basketball and rebound on defense. You don't want to give them second chance opportunities to score in this game. Rivers gets it into Yusuf El Madawi. El Madawi gets it stolen away. Peterson. Now Jordan Pittman, the leading scorer on this team. An off-ball foul will be called against Nolan Nelson, his first. Now 3 fouls assessed to Creekside in the first quarter. Hook shot fading away. That bounces off the iron and out. Dangerous pass from Lee. Last touch by Peterson, Creekside basketball. El Madawi looking to inbound the basketball. Finds Cade Patterson, who's been playing some really good ball recently, shooting really well from beyond the arc. Nolan Nelson down low, gets the finish. Creekside with the 6-point lead, make that still 6 as the 3 is off from Pittman. Cade Patterson over to Rivers. Rivers on the drive, right corner, El Madawi for 3. That's no good. Patterson with the second chance opportunity, and he's going to the line. .356 on the clock in the first quarter. 9-3 Creekside is our score. Patterson gets his first free throw to fall. Right around the 70% mark at the line this season. Able to knock down both free throws on that trip to the line. Creekside with 11 unanswered points. An 8-point advantage in the first quarter. Jason Williams. Now Cameron's got it. Bounce pass, Pittman, let's go with a jump shot, that's good. Jordan Pittman had 22 points in that playoff game against Creekside last season. Averages about 17 per game for Seminoles this year. Nelson, jump shot 15 feet away, too strong. Rivers gathers the board. Derek Rivers resetting, front court right, goes to work on the drive. He is blocked, driving into the lane, rejection from O'Neal. On the other end, O'Neal gets the putback. Nice series for Jareen O'Neal. Seminole in a 2-2-1 full court press. Nelson with the floater in front of the basket, drops it in for 2. This is a Seminole team that likes to use their athleticism out on the floor. They like to play fast, create a little chaos. Creekside, a team that prides themselves on being able to play many different ways. They want to slow this game down and avoid turnovers. They're a team that has gone with the track meet style this year, but feel that this gives them the best opportunity to win. As Patterson lets go with a three, just a little bit off on that shot. Should have been Creekside basketball. A frankly bad call made on the baseline. Looked like that was pretty clearly out on Jordan Pittman. Instead, Seminole basketball. Creekside now going with a full court press of their own. Not as aggressive with it. Now trapping them on the other side of the court. Nice little handoff to Pittman. 10 feet away. Jump shot is no good. El Madawi with the rebound. Yusuf El Madawi. Coming across half court is fouled by Braden Tarpley. El Madawi floats it into Derek Rivers. Patterson to El Madawi. Nolan Nelson, corner three. That's no good. On the other end, the three ball. That doesn't go. Thought about it. Went around and out. Selig coming across half court. Falls into the trap, stolen away. And one chance for Braden Tarpley. Patterson, I don't think Patterson got him there. Luckily, I get the broadcast on delay on my computer, so I can kind of go back and look at these replays. Tarpley at the line. Yeah, very light contact, if any, from Patterson on that one. Free throw no good. Travel is the call. Creekside gets the basketball back. Timeout. Creekside, 1:11 to play in the first quarter. Knights up by 2 on Schlick Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Coming off the Creekside timeout, 13-11 is our score. Nearly turned the ball over on the inbound. A lot of defensive pressure being placed by Seminole, as much as 3 guys guarding 1 man. Rivers on the drive. He is fouled. He will go to the line. Creekside has struggled a little bit. They've fallen into those traps and turned the ball over quite a bit in this first quarter, more than they would have liked to. And this is a team that averages about 14.5 turnovers per game. I already mentioned in this broadcast they turned it over 24 times against Seminole in this matchup last year. And they're going to have to play cleaner basketball in this one. Coming off of a game against Lake Mary in which they shot the ball extremely well. 65% from the field, 54% from 3 as a team. That's something that you can't really rely on night in, night out. Pittman on the drive, dishes it off down low. A wild finish off the mark from Rachel, and Rivers brings it the other way. Derek Rivers shovels it to Blaylock, a little wild with it. Creekside recovers the ball. Patterson for three. A little out of control on that shot, as didn't really get too much time to set his feet. .7 on the clock in the first quarter. It's a 3-point lead for the Knights. Ten seconds on the clock. Pittman makes his move. Guarded by Seymour and Rivers, kicks to the right corner. The three is away. Off the iron and out. 1 second on the clock. And they're gonna rule he stepped out of bounds. Creekside basketball when we start the second quarter on Schlick Sports. Taking another look at the bracket here in 7A Region 1. Creekside, the 1 seed, Seminole, the 5 seed. Winner will go on to face Apopka in Winter Park Thursday night. These teams 2 wins away from the Final Four. One team will walk away tonight 1 step closer to Lakeland. Blaylock travels. Three-point lead for the Creekside Knights, just getting started in the second quarter. Ball goes off the foot of Pittman. El Madawi wins it for the Knights. Patterson, double team. Gets it up to Seymour. Seymour to Nelson. Nelson for three. That's off the rim. Seymour blocked. Three on the other end. That's good. Tarpley ties us up. El Madawi weaving through traffic, finds Rivers. That won't go. Seemed like he hesitated on that shot. Creekside cold shooting the ball. And Seminole will take a lead, courtesy of Rashad Rachel. Heading into the timeout, our score, Seminole 16, Creekside 14 on Schlick Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside 25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. 16-14 Seminole leads on the road as we come out of the timeout from the Creekside Knights. Creekside had gone on a 11-0 run. Since then, 13-3 Seminole with a nice response. Derek Rivers for three. He got it! Knights take the lead back. Pittman with the ball. Let's go with a deep three. That's no good. Rebounded and stepping out of bounds is Javon Peterson. Seymour dishes it into Rivers on the bounce pass. Tipped out of bounds. Another inbound for Creekside. The Knights have done well recently facing full court pressure, but they haven't faced one quite as aggressive and physical as Seminole. They call a jump ball on that one. The effectiveness on this press would depend, I imagine, a lot on the officiating crew that you have that night. Because as Rivers steals it away, finishes it off. Because there's definitely some crews we see that will be a little stingy with the whistle, call this, and others that will let them play, which I agree with. I don't feel like there's been much. I think it's just good, tough defense for the most part. Some, like on that last inbound, looked like a reach-in, but I'd rather see them let them play than call every little thing. Hook shot. Rattles off the rim. Nelson will be fouled. One side wanted to travel, the other side wanted a foul, and the one that wanted a foul, Creekside got it. Jason Williams back into the game for the Seminoles. So is Jareen O'Neal. Rivers, pump fake. Pull up, jump shot. That's good. Back to a three-point game after the response from Seminole. Seymour. Down to Nelson. Nelson is fouled and will go to the line. 4:21 on the clock in the second quarter. A tightly contested game so far. Win or go home. Makes these games quite enjoyable for the most part. Nelson's second shot off the iron. Blaylock fouled. There'll be a Creekside inbound on the baseline. Sean Reedy yelling out to his Seminole team, you got to box out. Going up straight for those rebounds. As Rivers with a fancy finish below the rim. Ball out of bounds, last touch by Seminole. Creekside's got to be ready to move this ball fast when they get it in. Nelson over to Blaylock. Blaylock picked the ball up, able to get it back to Nelson. A clean block by Rachel. Nelson looking for Blaylock, stolen away. Pittman in transition. Pittman will get a trip to the foul stripe, shooting 2. Pittman, first shot, good. Seminole, not a very good free throw shooting team. 53% as a whole, but Pittman is their best. 77% from the foul line. That one last touch by Nelson. Seminole will get another shot in an offensive possession here. 3:25 remains in the first half of play. Pull-up jump shot, fade away is no good. Rivers able to beat the 6'7" Rashad Rachel for that rebound. Patterson, open look from distance. That one shy of the rim. The Seminoles on the move. They get the finish. Not before a timeout. We'll see if they count that bucket or not. We'll have an update on that when we return on Schlick Sports. Coming off the timeout spent by Seminole. Our score 24-21 as they did count that basket. Patterson back to Rivers. Chris Patterson with some loud words to his team in the huddle during the timeout. Not thrilled with how Creekside has been taking care of the ball, and definitely their defensive rebounding hasn't quite been what they'd hoped for so far in this one. And those are the two big things they want to do. Elmadow with a nice pump fake. Couldn't finish. He's getting fouled. Yusuf Elmadawi had a guy with his arm hooked around his shoulder, was getting thrown around. Jump ball was the call. Creekside will get an inbound on the baseline. Out on Nelson. Sebastian Cameron hands it off to Barber. Rashad Rachel. Pittman takes a screen on the drive. It's that floater to fall. 1-point game. Seminole fell back into a half-court set, trying to trap in the front court. El Madawi for three. That's off the mark. Creekside has struggled to find their shot. Overall, as a team, they've been struggling shooting the basketball. Brennan Lee on for Darren Blaylock. That's a shot that you'd expect El Madawi to hit. He's a very good three-point shooter. One that normally falls for the Creekside Knights. Nelson lost the basketball. Tried to force a pass in between three guys, and that's not a recipe for success. On the drive, teardrop off the front of the rim. Fast break chance for the Knights. Patterson gets it back to Rivers. Rivers to Brennan Lee for three. Can he get it? No, he cannot. A long pass down the court is handled, and the jumper is good from Williams. 25-24 Seminole. The Seminoles had lost two straight before their first round win over University. This is a team that's been extremely streaky throughout the year. They've never won just one game. They've always managed to win at least two in a row. They've only got one win right now, so it'd be the first time they've ever had a single win in between losses this season. If Creekside were to be able to pull this one off, as Patterson unable to tie it here, they'll have a second chance to do so. So the trends favor the Seminoles. Patterson good on his second shot. We're evened up at 25. Bryce Seymour will come in for Brennan Lee. Eight seconds, the three is away. That is no good from Tomlinson. 3 seconds still on the clock. Patterson, buzzer beater. That's no good, and we are tied going into the half. Our score, 25-25, deadlocked at Creekside when we return on Schlick Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Back for the third quarter, tie ball game between Creekside and Seminole. Round 2 of the state playoffs. And these two teams knotted up with a trip to the regional finals on the line. Creekside needs to find a way to slow this one down and limit turnovers in the second half of action. And the third quarter has been a struggle at times for Creekside this year. Got to make sure they stay composed, keep this one close, and try to build a lead here. Nelson called for a double dribble. He's arguing it was tipped out of his control by the Seminoles. If they're saying that, it should have been a travel at first. If they're saying it wasn't controlled by Seminole, but either way, Bokie basketball, behind the back pass, ends in a bucket for Javon Peterson. Seminole making some noise. Creekside had led by as much as 8 in this game, but that's been the issue for him. Messy basketball. Selig over to El-Madawi. El-Madawi on the drive, goes up with the layup and converts. Jarvius Collier. Jumper is no good from Barber. El-Madawi driving in from the baseline, goes up with the pump fake and earns a trip to the line. Creekside wanted to attack the basket in this game, something they didn't do all that well in the first half, but you've seen a couple nice drives here from El-Madawi. And that's allowed him to get a layup his first drive, and now 2 shots at the free throw line coming off the second. A 74% free throw shooter is El-Madawi. No good on the second. Battle for the rebound is won by Seminole. Moving fast in transition to the basket. Unable to finish, Jordan Pittman. Now Creekside goes the other way. El-Madawi with the layup. Creekside trying to take it away. Ball is loose, trapped on the baseline. Student section making noise. And out of bounds is Javon Peterson. Oh no, they call a push against Creekside. So still Seminole basketball. Knight student section making some noise. On the dish from Pittman, blocked by Nelson. Creekside basketball. Patterson over to Selig, keeps it inbounds. Nolan Selig over to Derek Rivers. Slowing the pace is Rivers. Selig on the drive, Selig shot will not count. Nelson called for an elbow. Floats it over the iron, Collier. El-Madawi lost the ball on the drive, unable to keep it in. Seminole basketball, yet another turnover from Creekside. Patterson very clear with his message on the bench. Heard it through the headset up here. Yusuf, you're not going anywhere. Wanting his guys to move with a purpose. Good finish from Jordan Pittman. Makes it 30-29. A defensive struggle, very physical game. No real advantage for either side. Nelson, wild on his pass to Rivers, and that's something you just cannot do with the way Creekside's been turning this ball over. Early this season, when Creekside was struggling a little bit, inconsistent performances, turnovers and messy basketball was a big issue. Going up for the dunk and fouled is Barber. And you're seeing hints of those early season struggles showing now in this game, and I feel like it's a common theme in the playoffs. Teams will always show, I guess you could call them their true colors at some point. The teams that survive in the playoffs are the ones that can overcome when that happens. Because you can respond in either two ways. You can get a little out of control, you can panic, and you can allow those struggles to build and continue and eventually destroy you. Or you can calm down, zone in, and get back to what's gotten you to the playoffs and to this point. And for Creekside, they've been able to do a nice job of playing clean basketball recently. Controlling games, doing what they want to. That's not been the case in this one. Rivers for three. That's off the iron. What I'm going to be watching a lot late in this game is the benches, is the players' body language. Who's calm, who's panicked. Laylock gets it stolen away from behind. I tell you, Creekside's not going to win this game if they keep turning the ball over at this rate. Little space for the jumper, and Barber knocks it down. And the Knights starting to point some fingers on the court. They need to get it together when we return on Schlick Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. .235 to play in the third quarter. 34-30 is our score. Seminole with the 4-point lead. Nelson off the inbound, banks it in. for Creekside. We'll see how they respond coming out of the timeout. They've been turning the ball over at a rapid pace recently. They need to slow things down, control the ball on offense. Switching things up, falling into a zone defense and knocking down a three in response is Pittman. Rivers coming across half court, kicks out to Patterson. Patterson looking for three, he got it. Back to a 2-point game. Pass goes off the leg of Rivers. Open look from the right wing. Off the rim and out. Rivers to Patterson. Cade Patterson to Nelson. Pump fake and a drive. Nolan Nelson is going to shoot two. One dribble and the shot. That was very uncharacteristic of Nolan Nelson. Just something that you don't see from him. That was he didn't even make it to the net there. Seems a little in his head right now. .119 to play in the third quarter. Patterson over to Rivers, who was fouled hard. He floated that pass over there, wasn't very strong with it. Tarpley saw that, tried to steal it away, ended up running directly into Derek Rivers and committing a foul. El-Madawi to Selig, 14-foot jump shot. That's off the mark. 2-point lead for Seminole. They try to add on. That right wing's been open, and they've been taking advantage of it. Braden Tarpley. 5-point lead for Seminole. El-Madawi feeds Nelson. Over to Selig, out to Patterson. Patterson dribbles to his left. Knocks down the three. "17 seconds on the clock in the third. Six seconds. Williams, 2 seconds. Pittman, no good, and we're going to the fourth. 2-point game. Regional finals on the line. Back after this break on Schlick Sports. 40-38, Seminole leads the Creekside Knights. The regional semifinals on Schlick Sports. Creekside starts the fourth quarter off by giving the ball away. Left corner three. Rattles out. Creekside takes it away. Ball is rolling, whistle is blown. Foul issued to Jason Williams against Garrick Rivers. Chris Patterson out there wiping down the sweat off the court. .7:43 to play in regulation. It's a 2-point game. Patterson gets it into Elma Dowie. Go right back to him. Well, they get it down to Nelson. That worked out well. Even at 40. Pittman making his move. Buries it. 42-40. Back into the full court press goes Seminole. Bounce pass a little low for Nelson, able to pick it up, get it back out to Patterson. Elma Dowie kicks to Rivers, over to Nelson. Nelson goes up, Nelson banks it in. Nolan Nelson has not been getting many chances to go to work down low. Creekside's got to start feeding him a little more. I don't know if Creekside's hit a three in this game. And he's your best option down in the paint. Creekside might have 2 3-pointers that I can think of. One or two. Selig was not ready for that pass. Handed the ball over to Seminole. Timeout. Seminole, 6 minutes to play. And the 5 seed up on the 1 seed Creekside when we return on Schlick Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Back after the timeout, 44-42, Seminole with the lead. Right now, it seems like the Seminoles are in control of this game. They're dictating the pace. They're making less mistakes. Creekside's got to find themselves and attack the paint a little more, especially with Nelson. Three-point look doesn't go. Selig, the three, off the front of the rim, and he is fouled. Blaylock and El Madawi in. Selig and Seymour take a seat. 5:14 to play. Nelson out to El Madawi. Patterson way downtown. Missed it left. Patterson trucked. Another foul against Braden Tarpley. Tarpley trying to argue his case, but he ran full speed to indicate Patterson. You're going to get called a foul for that. Patterson. Inbounds to Blaylock. Blaylock with a bounce pass to Cade Patterson. Goes on the drive, pulls up the mid-range jumper. Had a little too much on it. Rivers up the court to El Madawi. Seminole basketball. Winter sports have performed well for Creekside, but have been upset in the playoffs. Both soccer teams were the 1 seed in their regions and were eliminated for Creekside in the regional semifinals. Creekside trying to stop that trend for these winter sport teams. El Madawi tripped up. No call. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by Seminole. Four minutes and 10 seconds to play. Nelson spinning around. He is fouled. .44-43. 3:59 to go. Second shot. Not gonna count. Someone stepped into that lane too early. Lane violation against Creekside. Those are the little mistakes that Creekside's been making that are losing plays in a game. Open look for three, and Jordan Pittman gets it to go. Nelson with the jumper. Leaves that short. Foul against Blaylock. Seminole with a real chance to pull away and separate themselves. The reverse layup, inaccurate. Creekside has exploded. They think that one's out on Seminole, and the call is changed. Tipped and stolen away. In transition, the finish from Pittman. And Creekside gives it right back. Time is ticking on the Creekside Knights. And they know it. Timeout spent, 6-point game, 3:10 to go. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Three minutes and 10 seconds to play. 49-43. Creekside trailing by 6. And they've got some ground to make up. Nelson is fouled. I talked about it at the start of the second half. These playoff games, every team has their struggles throughout a year. Every team has weaknesses and adversity, and that's going to arise at some point in the playoffs for any team. What you've got to figure out if you're a team is how to stay calm, keep your cool, and battle back. One team's got good energy right now. The other is not staying cool. And Creekside brings Nolan Nelson to the bench for that exact reason. Seymour fouls. to 43. Peterson makes it an 8-point game. Seminole with all the momentum in this game, and Creekside running out of time to fight back. Rivers in and out on his 3-ball. Creekside in a full court press. It's broken. A wild turnover. Nelson tripped up, no call. Creekside trying to get it forward to El Madawi. He is tackled. The Knights will get a sideline inbound. One other thing I'm noticing right now is a lot of the attention is on the refs. And I might be the only one in this gym who will say this, but I don't think they've called a bad game. Your focus has to be on the task at hand. El Madawi gets his first free throw. Bryce Seymour getting ready to go in for Creekside. Nelson grabs the free throw. Gets it across the court to Rivers. Nelson, jump shot. Too much on it. Fighting for the rebound. Creekside gets it back. El Madawi goes on the drive, kicks out to Patterson, now to Rivers. Rivers takes a dribble, finds El Madawi. Selig with it. He pulls up from the free throw line. Creekside wanted a whistle. Now one for a timeout. 1:52 to play. It's 51-44 on Schlick Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Creekside really wanted a foul on that last jumper from Selig, and looking back at the replay, it didn't really look like anything was there to warrant the call. They're down by 6. Make that 7, excuse me. A minute and 50 seconds to play. Pittman. Good on the drive. (53-44). El Madawi for 3. Leaves it short. Things are not looking good for Creekside. There's the foul from El Madawi. Creekside has 87 seconds to come back down 9. A wild inbound pass gives it right back to Creekside. And this is the time where you got to bear down. You got to show your fight. And this feels like a possession that is a must score for the Creekside Knights. Patterson to Selig. Selig on the drive. Selig is fouled and going to the line. A lot of words coming from that Seminole crowd. First shot, Selig. That's good. Bryce Seymour checking in for Nolan Nelson. Gotta believe that's a defensive move for the Knights. I don't understand why you wouldn't leave him in there to try to win that rebound on the free throw. Selig's shot is good. Back to a 7-point game. Full court press from Creekside. 5-second violation against Collier. Nelson back in for Seymour. The door's starting to open for the Creekside Knights. Rivers gets it to Patterson. Cade Patterson for three. That's no good. Nelson with the board. Gets it stolen away. 1:12 to go. Foul will be issued. Goes against Nelson. .70 seconds to play. First free throw is no good from Jason Williams. Second free throw falls. Back to an 8-point game. Rivers to Patterson. Patterson to Selig, who keeps it in bounds. Rivers for three. That's good! 5-point game. 1 minute to play. Trying to break the press is Seminole. They do so successfully. Creekside not fouling. O'Neal throws it off the backboard. He is fouled by Nelson. Hot take, I don't think he was trying to make that shot, but he accomplished his goal. He wins the shooting foul. And Nelson will check out with 5 fouls. O'Neal at the line, a 57% free throw shooter. 46.5 seconds to go. It will be a 2-possession game now no matter what after that first miss. And it stays 5 points. Rivers with some space. Derek Rivers in transition is fouled from behind. Creekside in the bonus and Rivers to the line to get it back to a 1-possession game. First free throw from Rivers is good. Big free throw coming up. Rivers gets it. Back to a 3-point game. Coming up the court, fouling is Cade Patterson. Seminole will get a chance at the line. Braden Sarpley. One free throw will get it back to a two-possession game. Hearing it from the crowd. Sarpley. Got it. Just a 53% free throw shooter. Still plenty of time left. That one also good. 5-point game. Sebastian Cameron back in for Seminole. The Seminoles have 3 timeouts, Creekside with 2. Not spending one right here. Rivers on the drive. Rivers going to the line. Logic would say it probably takes 3 possessions with points for Creekside to get this done. Even though it's a 2-possession game, Rivers has got to hit these free throws. Creekside's going to have to foul. No good on his first free throw. .7 to play. Second shot from Rivers. Falls. Timeout. Creekside will spend theirs. They got 1 more remaining. 4-point game. It's a 30-second timeout for the Knights. Right here, you gotta get a quick turnover or you foul. So will the Knights be able to make the comeback? They trailed by as much as 9. They're not going down without a fight. Nolan Nelson has fouled out. Creekside without their leading scorer. Cade Patterson also takes a seat on the bench for Creekside, as they don't want him getting any more fouls. Trying to get the ball in. They do so successfully. Up the court to Barber. Barber fouled. That one should be on the ground, and it is. Seminole not happy with the call. I think it was pretty clearly a foul when he was driving in the lane. A 4-point ball game as Barber hits the line. Good on his first. Patterson back in for Brennan Lee. The lead is 5. Barber trying to extend it. No good on his second. Ball up for grabs. Seminole gets the rebound. And that is killer. Now 2 more shots at the line. 23.7 on the clock. The gym has gone silent leading up to that one. Tarpley at the line gets his first to go. And this one is huge. Could get it to a 3-possession game. And get the lead back to 7. And he got it. And that is a big-time shot. Braden Tarpley converts on both his free throws at the line. Creekside on thin ice now. El Madawi, 15 seconds, goes on the drive, puts up a shot, and he's going to shoot one more. This will cut it back to 4 with 13 seconds left. El Madawi misses the free throw. Creekside fouls quickly. And Tarpley will go back to the line. As it stands, it's a 5-point game. Two from Tarpley would most likely end it. The first shot, short. Creekside stays alive. Now you got a rebound. There's the miss. Patterson gets to Rivers. Rivers back to Patterson. Let's go of a 3. That is no good. Clock winding down. Blaylock's got it. And that will do it. Seminole has upset the Knights 59-56. Coming on the road and ending Creekside season for the second year in a row. A hard-fought, physical matchup, neither team wanting to give in. And in the end, the Seminoles, just the better team tonight. They forced turnovers, played their style of basketball, and they come away with a 59-56 win. That will do it for our coverage tonight. Again, our final score, Seminole 59, Creekside 56. I'm Noah Schlick signing off, saying see you next time. Anyway, this is probably my last Creekside basketball broadcast. So I do want to say it's been a great 5 years here with the Creekside Knights. A lot of people to thank in this program. Coach Patterson, Coach Redden have been amazing. Coach Holmes before them. It's been a great 5 years here at the Castle. And until next time, I'm Noah Schlick signing off, saying see you next time on Schlick Sports.